It's been cleared up. Let's move straight to our next conversation. Now, power struggles are the heartbeat of politics. And for opposition politics in Nigeria, that pulse is beating again. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has confirmed that its 2027 presidential ticket will be zoned to the south, a decision that places Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde and other southern heavyweights in the ring. At its National Executive Committee meeting in Abuja, the party also affirmed Umar Damagum as the substantive national chairman of the PDP. This puts an end to the uncertainty over the party's leadership structure. Now let's share the story by TVC News' Femi Akonde with you.
It seems the People's Democratic Party may now enjoy clear skies, as most of the issues tearing apart Nigeria's biggest opposition party are being resolved. First, the embattled national chairman has now gotten the backing of the National Executive Committee following his confirmation as substantive national chairman of the party.
I believe every member of the current NWC remain deeply grateful for the opportunity to serve this party faithfully these first years as we approach our 4th anniversary.
In recognition of the efforts of the National Working Committee under the leadership of Acting National Chairman Ambassador Ilia Umar Damagum in stabilizing the party, NEC hereby ratifies and confirms the appointment of Ambassador Ilia Umar Damagum as the substantive national chairman of the party.
All organs of the party are working towards ensuring a successful national convention scheduled for November 15 and 16 in Ibadan, Oyo State.
We are doing very well, very hard to ensure that we make our party the darling of Nigerians, where we have shown reticence, capacity, and of course unity between us.
Our diversity must remain our strength, never our weaknesses. Let us close ranks and forge ahead as one indivisible family.
The contentious issue of zoning was also settled as the National Convention Zoning Committee, led by Bayelsa Governor Duoye Diri, submitted its report to the party's National Executive Committee, and it was subsequently approved. This means presidential hopefuls from the south will have a field day when they begin to jostle for the party's ticket.
This committee is a committee that is zoning offices to north and south.
Having been retained in the northern region of the country, the presidential candidate of the party for the 2027 general election is hereby zoned to the southern region.
The PDP is staying on its toes to keep up with the evolving political trends ahead of the 2027 general election. The bigger threat for them could be the incumbent power of the APC and the emerging influence of the ADC. But with a united house, the PDP may withstand the test of time. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.
All right, thank you, Femi Akonde. So, all right, BK, the PDP zoning the presidential ticket to the south. Is this a step towards redemption for the PDP?
Well, if you recall, the party refused to zone the presidential ticket to the south in 2022 at a time when they had far more southern governors than northern governors. It was something that really disappointed a lot of their members, especially from the south. APC leaders pushed hard for power to go to the south, despite the fact that a preponderance of APC governors were from the north. So people felt, why should the PDP leaders behave like this? But it was clear that Atiku Abubakar desperately wanted to be the standard bearer of the party. And despite the fact that the party had given him a lot of opportunities that didn't lead to electoral victory, 2023 and 2022, he got the nod again. That was why people like Wike and the governors,
The
the
G5,
G5 decided to
work
work
against,
against
the
their
party.
party because they felt humiliated as governors from southern Nigeria who dominated the body of governors of PDP extraction. Yet, they could not get their party to look in the direction of the south. So that thing caused the party to be fractured. That thing cost the party victory in the last election. Look at how many states PDP used to control that they lost in the last election. Just do a quick rundown. The entire southeast used to be
The PDP.
the playground of the PDP. They lost all those states. Even in the south that they thought they could do well, they also lost.
Because of that decision.
That decision was really hurt their chances. So this time around, the sentiment is that the South should be allowed to spend its 8 years before it goes back to the north. Whether it is Bola Tinubu or Peter Obi or anybody for that matter, the sentiment is that, look, this is an unwritten rule. Let the South spend its 8 years before the North takes another shot at it, because Buhari was there for
8 years.
8 years. You know, so they must be thinking that, well, at this time, it will sit well with the generality of party members if they allow if they zone it to the South, so that in case the PDP wins, the South will get, the South will have had
Completed
8 years, you know, after Tinubu's first term. So this is the thing. But again, even from northern Nigeria, the youths are saying no. We oppose this. The youths. There's a group called the Joint Action Committee of Northern Youth Associations. They are saying no. The PDP, the North has always supported the PDP, but the North has only produced a president of Northern extraction for just 2.5 years. And it's true, when you look at the calculation,
exactly.
Was president for
8 years.
And then Yar'Adua was there 2007 to May 2010 when he died. And then Jonathan, a Southerner,
completed.
Did around five years plus or so. 6. So that's the
so
argument.
The argument is
when
valid.
you look at it, Obasanjo had 8 years.
Yes.
From the South. Jonathan too came.
So it's only fair for them to... But if you look at this, is this a political masterstroke for the PDP? I mean, or is this a political stroke for the PDP shutting out the North?
I think...
with this zoning?
I think it's a game changer.
It's a game changer?
Yes, because it will make the 2027 presidential election very interesting. Very interesting because it means that already 2 of the major parties will have southern candidates. So if for whatever reason ADC come up with a northern candidate, that will be significant. But having said that, it is very interesting what is going on in PDP. They've decided that they've zoned the presidential primaries to the presidential candidates to the South. And right now, the person that is probably most favored is Seyi Makinde. But I'm hearing from the grapevine that Seyi Makinde is reluctant to run.
Step in.
What I'm hearing is that...
He came out to say he's going to run.
No, what
These are grapevines.
Yes, what some of the people who are close to me said is very uncomfortable to run. That is saying that he doesn't want to be seen to be the person that they are using against
another Yoruba
President Ashwaju. Yes, that's what I'm hearing.
Okay.
So it is still possible that because if he decides to run, as the way things are now, because he has the support of the Governors Forum, which is one of the strongest bloc in PDP, he probably gets the ticket.
But different names, they are throwing up different.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
whose advantage?
That's what I'm
now?
saying. That's what I'm going. That's why I said the source told me that it's reluctant.
Oh, okay.
So if somebody is reluctant, it is possible that at the end of the day, he may decide not to do it.
Oh, okay.
If he doesn't do that, if he doesn't run, it is not impossible. It is not impossible that the Governors Forum within PDP will convince Goodluck Jonathan to throw his hat into the ring.
Okay.
Because one of the options that they were looking at is that they want to pair Sheyi Makinde with the governor of Bauchi State,
Okay, Bala Mohammed.
Bala Mohammed. If for whatever reason Sheyi Makinde decides not to run,
Okay.
it is not unlikely that they might bring in Goodluck Jonathan and pair Bala Mohammed with him. If that happens,
Okay.
it's another game changer. Because the way this is constituted, Atiku will probably win
Of course.
their primaries.
Of course.
It is more or less an Atiku coalition.
Yes.
So, and then when you now see Atiku in ADC, you see Bola Ahmed Tinubu in APC, you see, let's say, Sheyi Makinde or Goodluck Jonathan in PDP, and you see Obi in Labour or wherever he may decide to go, it will make the election very interesting.
I mean, do you think this could pose a problem for the APC? I mean, to divide the votes in the South, you know? But we have a caller on the line. Hello, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead.
Oh,
Okay, so
really?
I wanted to ask you, okay, now that it's now been zoned to the South, do you think this could pose a problem for the APC, dividing the votes in the South?
Okay, well, really? I was going to speak to the earlier topic you were talking about.
Okay, on the refineries.
Yes, on the refineries.
All right, talk to us. What are the evidence?
So I was just going to buttress the point earlier made by Babajide Kolade Otoju.
Okay,
I was one of the journalists who visited Port Harcourt refinery when it became operational in December.
Okay.
I mean, I think it was announced in November, but we visited in December. And it is unfortunate that somebody else who is working on another TV station would be making such irresponsible and unethical statements about a journalist who actually visited the refinery and found it operational. The fact that these refineries might have problems today does not negate the fact that they worked at that point in time.
Yeah.
In fact, what the current managing director of NNPC has said is that at the time that what he had faulted was that they made the refinery to operate at a point where they were not fully ready.
Okay.
In the sense that it didn't make commercial sense to run those refineries at that point in time. There is no point at which the current management of the NNPC has said that the refineries never worked. So it's very wrong and very, very unfair to make such insinuations of a particular person to go on TV and disrespect a veteran journalist like Babajide Kolade Otoju, who visited the refinery and saw it working. I visited the refinery in Port Harcourt.
So you also saw the flaring?
Journalists from that same TV station where this other gentleman works.
Okay.
So if he has any questions to ask, he should direct it to his colleague in that same TV station who visited that refinery along with us. So, and I stand by the fact that the refineries were operational. Not only journalists visited, we had people from the labor, we had experts.
Civil society,
who
NLC.
work in that industry who attested to the fact. I saw the operation at the refinery working, and I saw tankers loading from that refinery. So, I mean, it's really unkind for someone to go on a tirade and be insulting people who are proving themselves as journalists in this field over time.
All right.
That's just my contribution to that.
All right, thank you very much. So that's another witness to show that.
If you didn't leave your studio and some people went somewhere, how do you then diminish their work? They are doing
it's
what
unfair.
you are not committed to doing. They are doing what nobody knows you for doing.
that you ought to do.
That you ought to do as a journalist.
If you are a journalist, you should be a knowledge hunter. You should be doing stories.
Sure.
No one knows you for that. You don't have a reputation for doing that. And then you want to diminish people who have a history of going to where those stories are, who take the risk to go and bring stories. If all of us choose not to write stories, what will people be reading?
Nothing.
We can all sit down and just
Exactly.
to do stories now. But in some cases, we are happy even to add a line
You know,
to a piece of information that we got. Because that's the way we were brought up. We were not brought up to see opportunity for stories and simply duck. No. Even at the risk of our lives. I was in Kaduna, I told the soldiers at one day, I said, if you are ready to go to Brinengwari, I'm ready. As long as you guys are ready, I'm ready. And we went together.
not many journalists can actually
what are we
dare
talking
to
about?
go, you know, to some of those places.
Only the deep can call to the deep.
Absolutely.
Those who are cowardly in the practice of their profession, they will never know what it takes to go and get stories. They will never.
Absolutely. All right, gentlemen, we need to go on this quick break. And when we return, the conversation continues. Don't go anywhere. Still Journalist Hangout. All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. We still have Mayor Akinkunle right here and BKO. So, BKO, before we went on that break, I asked you a question. I said, do you think this could pose a problem for the APC? You know, talk about dividing the votes in the South to the advantage of the North.
Yeah, but you know, the way this election, the way things are panning out, it could look very much like the last election.
True.
Because I don't see Peter Obi getting the ADC ticket, no matter what he does. I don't see, there's no way an Atiku Abubakar will make all of that sacrifice, and then you want to come and take the ticket. Atiku knew from the beginning that he would not get the PDP ticket. Recall that we had been talking about it here.
True.
That people like Bala, people like
Yeah, the
Wike, people
younger,
like Makinde, that this time around they will not give him the ticket. He knew that that was what would happen. That was why he fled the PDP for them. He left it for those young talks. You know, people others will now, it was the party created for him.
Exactly.
Do you know how many opportunities he's had?
And it's very valid.
Yes. So this time around, they must have said, okay, he knew it. He started working on a new platform. So there's no way that they will give Peter Obi the ADC ticket. Let him write it down today, that Peter Obi will be the flag bearer of ADC. He knows in his heart. He knows in his heart that that is not likely to happen. He cannot, if they do primary. There's no way he would defeat Atiku Abubakar. He's not even known to win such primaries. Usually they just give it to him on a platter. He has not got the capacity to spend the kind of money that people spend to win primaries. This is a fact. Because we know his political history. They usually will say, okay, take it on a platter. Did he do primary to be candidate of the Labour Party? No. So if he has to go to a primary with Atiku, is that easy to predict?
Very easy to predict.
So that is why he will still want to put 1.5 legs in
the
Labour Party. Believing that the courts as well as the INEC will resolve the leadership crisis of the party in his favor. Many of us see his faction as the mainstream faction. That's how I feel. I've been saying it for long. Yes. And I believe that that is where, once they had their sole governor on their side and many of the National Assembly members on their side, it is clear that that is the mainstream.
Exactly.
And usually that is the way INEC thinks. So INEC may end up, or I'm confident INEC will end up recognizing that faction, which will enable him to contest on the platform. So at the end of the day, you have an Atiku at 80 contesting against Tinubu Peter Obi. Kwankwaso, most likely too, he would like to contest because he sees himself as good as any other person.
Absolutely.
You know? So, and he does not want to even talk about Atiku. They are not on.
They can't be in the same.
He called Atiku a liar at 80 the other day. If you open your mouth to talk about an old person like that, he says a lot about how you value him or how you refuse to value him.
Absolutely.
So I see, when you're talking about votes being divided, I see votes being divided
all over.
All over,
yes.
even in the north.
Yes.
All over, yes.
Mr. President needs to improve on his post-election management of people.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the truth.
That's a valid point.
So, if it does that and does it well, people like Makinde may ultimately not even contest. Because unfortunately for Makinde, people are even abusing him now that he's in the race to play the spoiler. Some are even saying he's in the race to play the spoiler against Tinubu, which I do not think that is the truth. The man thinks that is good enough to contest, and he has said, I want to contest. But people are now on both sides. They distrust him. They think that, oh, he is Tinubu's person, is just pretending. Maybe because in the 2023 election,
They work together.
They work together.
yes.
And
In fact, his own candidates lost the National Assembly elections. It was a big blow.
Yeah.
Most of the seats were won by APC
okay.
because the instruction had been given, go and vote
Okay.
for APC. So a lot of people are still not happy that happened.
But
so that's why I do not see, I still think that the president can reach out to him.
Okay.
You know, at least he has friends amongst today's governors, people like Dapo Abiodun. He can still reach out to him, which may affect, which may determine whether he will contest
or not.
But I also know, just as Mayor said, that there is a big, big effort to draft Goodluck Jonathan into that race.
Into the race.
And Bala Mohammed sees himself as somebody who can
that
be
can also show his heart in the ring.
And this, what they have done by making Damagum substantive chairman is just for 3 months.
Yes.
It's just for 3 months because at their convention they are going to have fresh election.
Yes.
Now, we don't know, since they simply zoned to the north.
Okay.
We don't know whether they will now microzone to northeast, which will enable Damagum to contest again. If he is to continue, because his term, just like those of others, will end in 3 months.
In 3 months.
So
okay, that's November.
Yes. So he has to now decide whether he wants to contest or not. But in all of this, people are watching. What will Wike do?
That's the key.
Yes. Will he go to court to try to stop the convention?
Because he has said that the convention will not happen.
Yeah, party members are apprehensive about what he could do. And even the governors have managed him the best way that they think they can, because some NWC members actually wanted him punished. They broached the idea, but the governor said no. He still has friends.
Yeah, he has lots of friends. He has lots of friends.
The Adama man, the Zamfara man, he still has friends. And he still has people even in the ESCO. So they just felt, no, don't
Let
do
us
it.
manage him.
You can manage him.
All right, Mayor, I need you to round up on this whole PDP matter and also the decision to retain Umar Damagum as the substantive chairman. Your thoughts on it?
Yes, they have no choice. They have to. It's easier for the party to retain Damagum because it's there already.
And he has been acting for too long.
Acting for so long. And then in another 3 months, when they have their convention, they're going to have an election. So it makes sense for him to be there. But what I'm looking at is that if things pan out the way we have discussed it, 2027 will be very interesting. But
Super interesting.
But I see APC having a slight edge for several reasons.
Okay.
One, Obi is not as strong as he used to be.
Okay.
The factors that made him a super candidate in 2023, they are no longer there. NSAS Who, there are young people who are angry. They were looking for somebody that can channel their side, the Muslim ticket. And then you will see pastors playing politics from the pulpit and trying to see it as a war against Christianity, you know. Even Mossab and their intimidation of the politicians from the East. So because of that, all the politicians in the East told themselves that, look, we can vote for our candidates in the other election, but when it comes to presidential election, so he had over 90-something% because they are scared that they could be attacked. All those ones are not there. So people, most of the obedience on social media, they will know that they don't conduct polling. There's no polling units on the social media. So it's not as strong as it used to be. In the case of Goodluck Jonathan will realize that things have changed. Yes. Since the last time he was in power, things have changed. Because APC is very strong in the South now. So
you won't advise him to take the bait?
Left to me, I won't advise him to take the bait because already it's a statesman now. It's a word that claims statesman. Well respected. Exactly. I think he should just stay there and you see, if you have opportunity...
So the election could demystify him.
If you have opportunity of ruling a country for 6 years. He was president for 6 years. 2 years during the time of when Vice President taking over from Yar'Adua. And then 4 years. I think that is enough for him to just keep himself and not get involved with this.
All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our next conversation.